Gathered behind me is a line of people waiting to sign the young author and rocket ship engineer's book. After leaving Blackman High School a national champion, Johnson is leaving quite a legacy at MTSU and hopes to become the fourth female in school history to join the 2,000-point club. Alex Johnson has had a phenomenal career at MTSU after earning Conference USA Freshman of the Year in 2016, First Team CUSA honors her sophomore year, and Second Team All-Conference USA honors her junior year despite being sidelined 9 straight games early in the season due to an ankle injury. Johnson says it's a blessing in itself to live out her dream.
There's been so many spectacular moments within my career, not only personally, but as a team standpoint, and to just be able to live out a dream that many don't get to do is just a blessing within itself.
Johnson continues to make an impact on her teammates, like connecting with Taylor Sutton on a give and go, or making an extra pass to sharpshooter Anna Jones for the three-pointer. Head coach Rick Insel expresses how it means something for her to never go through the motions.
You know, when she misses a shot, sometimes in practice she gets a little down on herself and upset. And that's good because it means something. And that's what sports is all about. It's got to mean something. You can't come out and go through the motions, and Alex never does that.
After leaving Blackman High School a national champion, Johnson is leaving quite a legacy at MTSU and hopes to become the fourth female in school history to join the 2,000-point club. On November 29th against Georgia State, Johnson moved into 14th place on the Lady Raiders scoring list, passing former teammate and grad assistant Ty Petty. Petty talks about Johnson's development and how the coaches plan for success in life after basketball.
I know she's going to be successful. You know, that's one thing that I know just playing for Rick Insel, you're going to be successful because he not only teaches you about, you know, the game of basketball, the X's and O's, he teaches you about life. So I know when she plays her last game at the Murphy Center, she's going to be very successful afterwards.
Everyone has an imagination that runs wild, but what if we were able to turn it into something memorable? We were able to speak to one young lady that was able to make it all happen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jada Scott, a 10-year-old student at Homer Petard Campus School, published her first book, Talking Planets: The Night Problem, where the planets discuss the problems they have at night. The young artist says it feels really good to help people understand space through her eyes.
It feels really, really good to know that you're helping people understand space and in like a kid form, so it feels really good.
The fifth grader drew inspiration from a space camp in Alabama, and the vice president expresses how the program helped educate, elevate, and uplift her in her own community.
It's an amazing opportunity to see the reach of our programs because we've helped inspire a young girl who feels inspired to help educate and uplift and elevate those around her in her own community.
Gathered behind me is a line of people waiting to sign the young author and rocket ship engineer's book. With fans in line to sign her book, her mother expresses how having a pen and paper can go a long way.
Since she picked up a pen, she always would draw and she always would write. So we would get her a coloring book and say, hey, you want to color? She's like, no. So blank pieces of paper, and she'll just let her imagination go.
Jada aspires to work for NASA as a rocket ship designer and engineer when she grows up. Reporting for News 3, I'm Kendrick Williams. For more information on Jada Scott's book, Talking Planets, visit her website at www.facebook.com/talkingplanetsbook. The book is also available for $10.95 on Amazon.com. In honor of the first day of fall, Everybody Drum Sum gathered together for a community rhythm event. Everybody Drum Sum features a unique sound with many percussion instruments ranging from drums and shakers to tambourines and cowbells. This drum session can be a way to release stress and take the pain away.
It's an hour or two where no matter what's going on in the world, what's going on in someone's head or in their life, they can just sit back and relax and play some music, tap along to the beat.
With each session, participants contribute their own unique sound, and Ross Lester is the mastermind behind it all.
It's really just a matter of feeling the time and listening for the time. And usually with the help of a teacher, or in a situation like this when you got other people around you, you listen to the people around you and let them help you find the beat.
Creating your own sound allows everybody to join in and drum some. It was a great turnout today here in Murfreesboro as Everybody Drum Some continues to inspire the musical talent gathered around. Reporting for News 3, Kendrick Williams. Along with an impressive start to the season, The Blackman Blaze had the game wrapped up early after halftime, and here's why. It was a Jordan Brown show as he scored the first 3 touchdowns for the Blackman Blaze. Seager fought back hard with some big plays of their own, including an interception from senior linebacker Brandon Ritz and a big punt return from junior running back Ethan Van Hook. With the Blaze up 21-14 at the half, head coach Hartfield expresses that our offense continues to remain consistent.
It's a different guy every night, or 2 or 3 different guys every night, and it's a good problem to have, and we just got to do a good job of getting them the ball in space and letting them use their God-given abilities.
After halftime, Blackman caught fire with 38 unanswered points, including big runs from number 13 Trey Knox and number 1 Adonis Soto. Wide receiver Trey Knox said sticking with the same game plan and mindset is the key to it all.
We're not going to change our mindset. We're going to try to come in and make plays on offense and defense. And we're not going to overhype the game because, we're going to have the same game plan every week. Just try to score points.
Blackman will go on to finish the game with a dominant 59-14 win. Head coach Hartfield has this to say going into next week's game.
We turned the ball over more than we did tonight. Going into a big game versus one of the top teams in the state with loaded SEC D-line, we certainly can't help them any on our end by turning the ball over and committing penalties.
The Blackman Blaze will travel to face the Oakland Patriots on Friday at 7 p.m., which is sure to be a nail-biter. Reporting for News 3, I'm Kendrick Williams. The number 21 MTSU men's cross-country team captured their first South Region title as they traveled to Alabama this past weekend. The Blue Raiders beat out both SEC and ACC opponents in number 29 Ole Miss, number 28 Alabama, Florida State, and Tennessee to secure the top spot. Jacob Cho led the way for the Blue Raiders to a third-place finish in the 10K for personal best time of 29 minutes and 50 seconds. MTSU also landed 2 of the Blue Raiders in the top 10 as Keegan Chamati claimed 5th with a time of 29 minutes and 50 seconds, while Samson Lowry finished 10th with a time of 30 minutes and 57 seconds, as both Cho and Chamati had personal best times. Amos and Jeffrey Cheria also finished in the top 30 to help them earn their first title by 5 points over number 29 Ole Miss. Associate head of cross country, Coach Roman, shares his thoughts on this accomplishment.
It's a little emotional. Honestly, I went out in the woods and had a couple of tears, man. It's a surreal feeling, Been working at Middle Tennessee for 14 years, and winning the region meet is a huge accomplishment against the teams because I think our region is tougher than it's been in a while, and so even when the region's getting tougher, we're out there performing at a higher level. So, and Alabama and Ole Miss were 2nd and 3rd in the SEC championships. Florida State was 5th in the ACC championships, and so we're out there beating them pretty good. Feels pretty good.
Cho, Chamati, Lowry, and A. Cheria all earned all-region honors for their performance for their 2nd straight year. He caught up with Samson Lowry on how hard he's worked throughout the year and his reaction on the big honor.
Let us down, talk to us about what we're going to go through, the kind of plans and the kind of training that we need to do to achieve that goals. So we started training hard and following coach instructions and then all the workouts that we need to do. And then make sure we stay healthy, and then here we are, we're able to make it. Last year we did it, and as I would say, we lacked a little bit of experience last year since it was our first time. So it wasn't all that surprise though, but we knew this year we are ready and we are going to do it. So for us to do it, we know we are going in and make sure we are ready for the NCAA. That's our priority, to get into the top 16 in the NCAA. So basically that was what we were hoping for. So we actually knew we were going to qualify, but the main goal was to make sure we're in the top 16 in the NCAA Nationals, which is going to be on this Saturday.
The Blue Raiders will now move on to the NCAA Championships on Saturday, November 18th in Louisville, Kentucky, as they look to bring home the gold. I'm Kendrick Williams reporting for NSCN.